A very good evening, everyone. Jeremy here from Strategic, and we are just going to do a recap of the market action that has ended. Today is Sunday, 22nd of November, 2020. And we're just going to start off once again, with the 1 month chart, which is the long-term chart of the S&P 500, and still a very, very beautiful, robust, and bullish uptrend that has been started since 2010, and we have hit our target of 3674 this month on an intraday basis. And what we are all looking out for is whether we'll be able to close out November's trading action and start December with a nice candle that will break above 3674, turning the super trend now to a bullish uh, stance and continue our gains from there. So 3674, if unable to break, we have to watch out for 3674 forming a formidable resistance as we close out 2020. If 3674 does not hold, and then we might be having to watch action that will pull back from 3674 and test levels downwards and downtrend, which we will see on the smaller frame chart. So once again, look out for 3674 as we close off the trading month of November and approach Christmas, end of 2020. So to get a little bit more clarity, let's zoom in onto the weekly charts. So on the weekly charts, as you can see, very nice long signal still in effect since June of this year, targeting 3674, and we did hit the 3674 on an intraday basis. And currently, if there's any pullbacks, look for support at 3440 initially, and then 3307. So price action, if it does pull back, this is pretty normal. Ultimate support at 3307, and whether you have a Christmas rally, that is yet to be seen for December. And ultimately, the final support level is at 3140. If it breaks this super trend line, then we might have some corrective action heading down to 2008. All right. So on a weekly chart basis, to me, on a midterm basis, S&P 500 still doing very well with a nice uptrend, and we are looking at a support at 3340. So watch for this particular level. Moving on to the daily charts, a chart that most of you would be using. We will just stand by. All right. So the daily charts. Once again, also a very nice bullish picture starting on the 5th of November. And what we are seeing right here is a short pullback, a little bit of weakness for the last 2 days of last week. On Thursday and Friday, price was unable to make higher highs, and we did make a lower high on the 16th of November. So we need to watch for this pivot at 3576. Now, why that is important is because price is now trading below the Tenkan line. So this is your Tenkan line, which is your short-term moving average, and price action trading 2 days below the Tenkan might get some bears to try to push the price down to the next support at 3455. So 3455 must hold and rebound in order for you to make newer highs towards December and towards the end of the year. Alternatively, we need to look out for this price level at 3399 if we do have a pullback, because a break of this pivot at 3399 breaks the super trend line here, which may cause some weakness on the S&P 500 to move on lower levels to test the levels that I've highlighted on the weekly chart. So just as a recap on the daily chart, if price action drops and breaks below 3576 in the first 2 3 days of the trading action and trading week coming tomorrow. We might test a support at 3455 and then subsequently 3399. Overall, S&P 500 still bullish on the day, week, and monthly charts. So finally, for my favorite chart, which is the 4 hourly chart, we have a little bit of new development. And let me explain to you what's going on. So as you can see, this is the 4 hourly chart. And before we touch on the new short signal that was issued on the 19th of November, I would like to bring you back as a summation as what has happened to all the signals that we have issued out on this website and on this YouTube video. So going back as far as October, you see that there was a nice short signal that was issued at 3482 on the 15th of October, targeting 3174, which was a weekly support level. And we did manage to harness almost 250 points on this short alone, okay, depending on where you actually exited the trade. So in my books, if you can get 50% of this target, if you had got about 125 points to the downside, very good job and kudos to you. And if you have held on to this position and have taken profit either here, or even here, good job, because you have followed the signal line and shorted the market, shorted the S&P 500 accordingly. And after which, in on the 3rd of November, there was a long signal, and this time around, very nice returns that you would have 324 points. And even if you have taken profits here, or here, you would have had a nice at least 100 to 150 point profit on this long signal. And now moving to last week, we now have a short signal that was issued on the 19th of November 2020, now targeting 3455. So if you remember looking at your daily charts, all right, if you look at the daily charts right here, you will notice that I've already put out the support levels for you at 3455 and 3399. So always look at the daily and weekly charts for reference points to your short targets. Going back to the 4 hourly charts, so we have price action, a short issued targeting 3455, which is around this level, just at the base of the SSB line on the cloud. And when we get to that point, then the lower targets, 3399 on the super trend on the daily, will be in force. So it's still very early. What I want all of you to take note of is that we want price action to continue, if for those who are short, to actually continue until you reach this particular area below the cloud. All right. So once price action drops below the cloud, it is confirmed, or rather has a higher probability for price to test lower levels. All right. So remember that whenever you have price action within the cloud area, within this particular area, it's going to be very volatile, right? So you're going to have price action moving around the cloud, sometimes wanting to break outwards and sometimes trying to attempt to break downwards. So watch the trading action next week. I foresee, barring any unforeseen uh, black swan events, that price might range between 3590 and 3540 for a while before it actually shows the direction of what's going to happen to the S&P 500. All right, so as a recap, what I want to tell you from the short signal on the 4 hourly at the 3559, this particular bar here, we are actually testing downwards. All right, and this move will happen and will be confirmed once we reach this particular region here. All right, otherwise, be very careful whenever price action is going to be stuck within this cloud area because there might be a range and you might be whipsawed into a lot of stop losses. Now, alternatively, if we are able to break out from 3590, if we're able to break out of this level, then we might be able to test the pivot at 3624, which is now the super trend resistance on the top, and test higher. All right, so next week, watch out for these levels. Thanks a lot for watching, and do subscribe and click on the bell button for my next video. Thanks a lot for watching.